Good afternoon. Good afternoon. First, giving honor to God, who's the head of our lives.
Amen.
We come with the history of Zion Hill Baptist Church. Church been on this hill a long time.
All right.
92 years.
Amen.
God has blessed us. 92 years and we're still here.
Amen.
And so what we find is that in September 1932, a group of leaders in the Brown Hill area of Youngstown, Ohio, began weekly prayer meetings. Reverend M.J. Baker, the former pastor of Cherry Grove Baptist Church, was instrumental in forming this prayer band into a mission. In December of 1932, they met at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Henry Garner, 2412 West Federal, which is now Martin Luther King. At that meeting, they agreed to organize a church for the mission. The name was selected was Zion Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Those present at the organizational meeting was the Reverend S.J. Hudson, acting chairman, Sister Bertha Frost, church secretary, Mr. and Mrs. Henry Gardner, Joe Hudson, John Hudson, Deacon Robert Lee, Sarah Collins, Lillian Hart, Letty Williams, Claudia Mitchell, Charles White, Mr. and Mrs. John Garner, Maggie Shavers, and Tom Duffy. On December 18, 1932, Reverend S.J. Hudson preached the first sermon. Reverend M.J. Baker preached the 3 o'clock service with the subject, I've opened my mouth to the Lord, and I can't go back.
All right.
At the 7 o'clock service was the Reverend Will Anderson of Antioch Baptist Church, read the church covenant, and Reverend S.J. Hudson presented a songbook, and Reverend Givers presented a Bible. In the pastoral history of Zion Hill in 1932, the Reverend M.J. Baker was the pastor. 1935 was Reverend Jerry DeMaine. 1936, Reverend Barber. 1937, Reverend Taylor. 1938, Reverend Julius Wright. 1954, Reverend Frank Sims. 1957, Reverend S.J. Hudson. 1960, Reverend C.W. Goss. 1976, Reverend William Jennings. 1979, Reverend Joseph Stevens. Reverend John Stevens, rather. 1938, Reverend William K. Richardson. 1993, Reverend Charles Cook. 1994, Reverend Lowell T. Williams, Esquire. And currently we have the Reverend Edward Earl Korneagay.
Amen.
And under his tutelage, Pastor Korneagay believes we as a church must endeavor to live Christ, seek the salvation of the unsaved, foster the unity of faith, and promote a more excellent way of living. A new Bible was given to the church in anonymity. A new CD and DVD duplicator was purchased for the media ministry, and a new smart television for the fellowship hall was purchased. And we thank God for blessing us down through the years. Thank you.
Amen.